Let's get November wrapped up. Yes, this video is coming out late and I have been moving and getting all set up in my tiny house. So everything has been put on hold till I could get a crafting area set up. Hi everyone, Patty here. Let's start by crafting with me and adding some unique pages with my digitals of rust-dyed papers. You could do this technique with any paper you have. It doesn't have to be a digital that you have purchased and printed out. Whenever I print my pages, I end up with a white border around the edge. I will someday figure out how to print borderless, but at this time I don't mind using my deckled edge cutter and cutting this edge completely off. First, I need to say I watched a video from Saacibo. She has a video about using cellophane upcycling. In this video, she shows how to make beautiful specimens with real plants, recycled cellophane bags, and glue, varnish, or laminating machine. You need to go watch her video. My pieces didn't turn out as gorgeous as hers did, but I do have a few I still can use, and putting them on my pages turned out to be a very unique and fun page to add to my signature. I want to decide where to put this leaf, so I try out several pages before deciding on this one. You will need 2 pages for this idea. Put them back to back. I did not print these double-sided as I want to have 2 pages together with a see-through leaf in between the pages. I cut out a little area to figure out where the leaf sits on my page and how big the leaf is. I then take it to my sewing machine and go around the hole larger than by about a ½ inch. I can sort of feel the cellophane between the 2 sheets, and I want to make sure I have the pieces completely sewn down. I went around the area a couple times with my sewing machine. Rip the edge right up to your sewn area. After you have ripped it on one side, turn it over and cut a hole. Make sure you don't cut all the way through your cellophane leaf. Just get a hole started and then you can rip it right up to the stitching. At this point, you're going to want to go around the edge with your distress ink to give the white edge a little more vintage look, which I don't show, but we all know how this makes the pieces look so much better. While I was at the sewing machine, I sewed around the edge of the paper. Here is where you decide if you want to have a pocket between the pages. If you put your leaf at the bottom of the page, you can have a pocket above the leaf or below. I will show several different ideas as we add more cellophane flowers and leaves to our page. Now to cut off the white edge of the paper. I add a half circle with my hole punch so you know you have a pocket on the page. I put this leaf sort of in the middle of the page, so I don't have room to add a half pocket to it. Here is one with a bleeding heart sewn into the center of the page. It may be my favorite. Now to pick another one of my pieces and figure out which page to put it onto. It is really hard to see the pretty dried flowers and leaves in the cellophane with this dark background. Tiny house living is going to take some figuring out, lighting, and getting things set up better for videoing. I used varnish on the cellophane, and you can still see it after it had dried. I think I was a little too heavy-handed when I added the varnish. Less is better on this project. I cut this one into a couple pieces so it would fit the page better. When doing this project, think about where you're going to use them, and if it is in a journal, you don't want it to be bigger than your page when you're making your cellophane flower impressions. The cellophane cuts fine, and the way I'm sewing them onto the page, it won't leave an open end, so the leaf could fall out. I decide to use these fall asters on my next page. Now to find a page that they will look good on. Pick 2 pages and put them back to back. I cut the white edge off first of this attempt. I thought that the 3 fall asters would look good across the bottom of the page. I just put a slit on one side of this page because, as I said, I could sort of feel the cellophane between the pages when I go to my sewing machine and sew a couple times around the flowers. Rip the paper off to expose the flowers. That is kind of fun to see them when you rip the paper off. You may find that you missed a spot when sewing them and need to go back to your sewing machine to make sure you are attached all the way around the flower. Once I did, I had ripped the paper too far down and had to add some washi tape around the hole to be able to sew around that part that I missed, which added even a little more interest to my page. Flip your page over and rip this side to expose the flowers as well. Won't these look great in our journals? I think so, and I didn't think my cellophane pieces had even turned out that good, but wow, I'm happy. Decide where you want to add pockets to your pages and cut a half circle at the top and bottom of this page. Sew around the edges to put the pockets in the place you want them. Okay, let's try another one. This one I need to cut down as it's too big for the page. I try to decide how it will fit on the page and where to add it to the page. I have a big area on this one, so I just cut out a big rectangle on my page. It still won't fit as I had already sewn up the edges. I picked another one of my dried flowers and added it instead. Sew around the edges, making sure you have all the cellophane caught in the sewing machine. Don't forget to go back and ink all of the edges. This always adds a finishing touch to journal pages. This page has pockets from the top. I had to show off my fingers as I went and had a manicure. It only lasted as a day as I was in the middle of moving, but I just needed to have a little me time and do something relaxing. I'm really not the nail polish type of girl, but it was fun and they really look good on camera. This page has a white corner, so I turn down the corner and rip the white off so I can highlight it and fold it down more and stitch it to show it off even more. Let's not make all of our pages the same size and shape. It's fun to have variation in our journals. So I ripped and tore it till all the white edge was gone and made another pocket. Let's go over the pages we made. We will have lots of pockets and unique pages in this journal. I didn't like having the see-through pages back to back. They look better with a full page behind the see-through page. I will change the order of these signatures several times before I sew them into my next journal, but I'm liking how these pages look. I have these digitals, and I didn't think the writing on them gave me a place to be able to journal. So I put these back to back with another page and made a flip up for a hidden journaling spot under the writing. Both pages are printed double-sided. That way I had something light and interesting to see when I flipped the page up, but not so dark that I couldn't write onto it. I put the page onto my scoreboard and found the line that was close to the edge of the writing and scored down the edge. This gave me a line to follow for my scissors when cutting the edge. I did this on 3 sides of the writing. Leave the top for my fold over area. I scored the top but did not cut the top. You may want to add a reinforcement of a piece of washi tape across the top for the hinge fold, but I didn't think it was necessary on this page. It was so much easier to cut with having this score line. I can't cut a straight line if my life depended on it, and I really suppose it doesn't have to be a straight edge. It might be fun to have a free-form fold up hidden area. Leave me a comment on which way you would go. If your backside page is one directional, make sure you have both sides facing the right direction. Sew around your edges. I thought I would show you my tiny house as I start getting it organized. Space is a premium, and finding a place for everything is going to be a challenge. This is going to be my crafting corner. I'm just getting the furniture in place at this time, seeing where things will fit. This is going to be my kitchen area. The refrigerator will go in this corner. The bed has a frame we made that will fit totes under it. I think I will be able to fit 8 totes under the bed. Food will go over in this corner on these shelves. Lots of light from the French doors looking out onto the lawn. Here's my crafting corner after I added my sewing table and started bringing in items. The kitchen area can fit 3 totes under the table to have extra items in. It will be foodie cooking for a while. Here is the Connex box full of our belongings. Hopefully I have everything clearly marked and can find things when I get an Etsy order. This little saying may not be a gratitude, but don't take anything for granted, and sometimes those little things can become big. Well, another month is almost gone, and I have kept my goal of making a video every month. I think next year I will try something different than the plan with me, maybe make with me, and we will make something different for our journals every month. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye now.